Hello, and thank you for coming to the Muck Waters Effect. I'm your host, Matt. Today I'm looking at OAN, but first, I need you to hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Let's take a look at this news article. Former Wisconsin sheriff calls for election audits. And there's a video here. We'll go ahead and watch it.
As Wisconsin voters continue making noise in the state calling for a full forensic audit of the 2020 election, officials explain what's needed to secure faith in the state's election process again. One America's Christina Baum has that story.
Former Milwaukee Sheriff David Clark, thank you for joining. What needs to happen in Wisconsin for the voters there to have full faith and confidence in their elections?
Sure. Look, there were some voting irregularities in the November 2020 election here in the state of Wisconsin. 3.5 million ballots cast, and the separation in the presidential rate was only 20,000 votes. I want to make it clear this is not an attempt to undo the 2020 election. It's to create a blueprint moving forward for future elections so that people have full faith and confidence that our elections are secure, they're honest, they're fair, they need more transparency, and voters here must never surrender their right to scrutinize election results. So that's what's going on here. So on behalf of Rise Up Wisconsin, there's a groundswell of support for a full cyber forensic audit, Maricopa County style, here in Wisconsin. And that would do a number of things. Like I said, we're not trying to undo anything here. That's important to point out. But for instance, ballot integrity. When a ballot is sent out, and the mass mail-in voting by the governor because of the pandemic is what started this. And by the way, he didn't have an authority to order mail-in voting. But you send these ballots out. There's no way of knowing where they went. They're sending them to every registered voter, whether they ask for one or not. These people might be deceased, no longer living at that address, and maybe not eligible to vote. Those are the things that this type of audit would determine. The other thing is, when they send these ballots out, there's no ballot chain of custody. In other words, there's no QR code on there. There's no barcode on there. There's no serial number where when it comes back, the election officials know this went to this county here and it was returned in that county.
And I know Chairman of the Election Committee, Janelle Branchen, has been very vocal calling for an audit the same way that you are. You're out there on the ground. How are the people of Wisconsin responding to that?
Very well. There's a groundswell of support. And look, this is something that the state has to guarantee. On election day, that is the one time that a citizen, a voter, a resident can impact on government. The other 364 days a year, government is impacting on them and not always in ways that they like. So we have to get this right. We can't guess. We can't assume. I am not going to stick my head in the sand and think that all is well when there are a lot of irregularities that are being told to me on the ground, at ground level.
Right. And I understand that your organization is very involved in this. Can you tell us about it one more time?
Yeah, it's a nonprofit. 501c4, riseupwisconsin.com. Check out the website. You can see what's going on. Our intent, our objective is to listen, to strategize, and then to activate a grassroots level of support to get more involved in state level government here.
Sir, thank you so much for your time and for your expertise.
It's always my pleasure.
All right, guys, that's the end of the article. And I agree with them. This ain't to overturn the election. This is to bring transparency and fairness into the election and make sure that no one has any doubts about whether or not the election was fair. But guys, that's my opinion. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Peace.